excited. Hello. Great, beautiful, blessed Monday afternoon. It is noon, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Georgia. Let me make sure you can see me everywhere. I know that you can see me on the Facebooks and the YouTubes. Can you see me on the Instagram? We have yet to find out. 1 second. Could y'all let me know who sees me? We got a huge podcast today. This is going to be a good one. I need everybody to see. Get in this room. Share with your people. Let them know what's happening right now up in here. Okay. I think I'm everywhere. Am I everywhere? Holler at a player. All right, cool. We got comments already. Look at y'all. Look at y'all showing out. Hey, warrior mom. Okay, so welcome back to the madness. If you've never seen me before, my name is Tenille. I help women who've been diagnosed with lupus or other chronic illness go from confused and discouraged to healed, hopeful, and in control of the medical narrative. So today, it's May. It is Memorial Day. It is Lupus Awareness Month. It is so many things, right? And I'm going to take a break from a lupus episode every day of May and talk about something different, because we are blessed and honored to secure a guest today that is incredible. She literally is this little fireball of energy and just happy and positive. Just like when she, I've never been in the same room with her as far as I know, but I mean, like, when she enters the Zoom room, she always brings the positivity, and you would never, ever know unless she told you that the struggles that she has been through, the things that she has fought and won, is out of this world. And today she is going to break her silence. I feel like Barbara Walters. I feel like Oprah. I feel like I'm breaking news right now. Okay. This is crazy. She's going to break her silence and talk to us about what she has fought through and how it has affected her beautiful life as a corporate baddie, as a warrior, everyone. She's like the every woman, and I'm so excited to have her on. So without further ado and yapping, let's welcome Connie Super C Korbelic.
Tenille, hello everyone. Wow, I'm not sure, you left me speechless with that introduction. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Hey, thank you so much
for being here.
Yeah.
So as much, just threw my phone across the world. Okay. As much as I could talk forever about you, let's tell the audience who you are, where you are from, and what you do.
Well, before you do that, I'm going to say, Tenille, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for having me on Healed with Tenille. Your warmth and your light and just your heart for healing, not just, with lupus, but just chronic illness, and the community that you create and the space you create where I can share my story with honesty and hope. I admire just how much you uplift and are advocating in the lupus community. Thank you for letting me bring my story to the mic, and just for making me and so many others feel seen, and for championing stories like mine. You truly are Miss Smiles. And just as much as energy as I have, I feel like you do as well. And you light up a room anywhere you go. So Zoom rooms included.
Yes. We got a comment. Double warriors in the house. Yes. That's so true.
Well, I'm Connie Korbelic, and some, as Tenille mentioned, know me as Super C. I'm based in Dallas, and I'm the host of the Connie Korbelic podcast. And I help women rise from rejection, layoffs, feeling invisible, and helping them into careers where they finally feel seen and heard and valued and boldly reinvented into the unicorns that they are. But before, my break room or boardrooms and things like that, I've had battles behind the scenes, like Tenille said. So I'm so excited to share that with you guys.
Yes. So you haven't really talked about this anywhere, right? Like your podcast is definitely not about this type of stuff.
No, no. I mean, this is certainly a part of me and a part of my story, but for many reasons, ones that I've held close and kind of on like a need to know basis. So not one that I have shared in any chronic illness or autoimmune spaces. So I'm happy to do it first here in your community and on your podcast.
I love that for us. That really warms my heart. It's not something that's super easy to talk about, especially on the internet, considering everyone on the internet just loves to have an opinion about your life no matter what is happening. And it's like,
Yes.
well,
Yeah.
why don't you do this? How come you didn't go there? And well, if it was me, I would have blibbity blobbity blue. Nobody
Yeah.
cares. Stop it.
Yeah.
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 So thank you so much. So in the notes, see, Connie is very organized. Okay. I cannot relate. I'm very ADHD. I'm very squirrel. I'm very that. And she is the wrangler of all the wranglers. I have notes to follow, and I love this for all of us. So, dang. Okay. So tell me, I want you to read from this memoir. However, I need some, or is that going to build suspense? Okay. Let's talk the memoir. So how did that come about that you decided to write that? Like, especially since you don't share your story like that.
Honestly, probably for over a decade, I've had this book, this visionary like hardcover book in my head, and God gave me the title over a decade ago, and I've just been sitting on it, not really actioning it, not really knowing, okay, I have this thing, but I don't know how to go about this, and it wasn't until like October last year when I got engaged with a wonderful community that visions and things started to be revealed to me and shown to me. And so God opened up the words and my mind and my heart and my story and what I need to do with it. So I have started writing a memoir and kind of in a fun lens, just about my life and the struggles I went through and the perspective I have on life, kind of from a brunch perspective, if I'll say that, just to kind of leave some suspense in there. But just about my life and the journeys and really what it takes to be resilient and overcome challenges in life and maintain that resilience no matter what you face. So.
Okay, I love that. That's amazing. And I'm very proud of you because I know it's kind of easy to like just be ignoring what God's telling you to do. Like he'll be like, girl, we need this, this, and this. This is what's happening. And you're like, I can't even hear you. I don't know, Lord. I don't know what you're talking about. Like
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
clearly know that is the sign. So take us all the way back. How did we find out about chronic illness? I'm sorry, I'm off script, aren't I? I'm not sure.
No, you're okay.
Yeah, so tell me all about like how did we find out that there was a chronic illness? What was happening that led you to believe? Like,
Well, I kind of start to really go back from the beginning, but I write about it in my memoir, and I've never had the luxury of living life what I call the easy route. From birth, life nearly choked the breath out of me before I even took one. I was born knotted in an umbilical cord. My mom had to have an emergency C-section. And, despite that, I know at the time, I didn't know it then, but I see it now as I look over my life. But God whispered, she will stand. And I have, like, again and again. Most know me by Connie, but my birth name is Constance, and that means steadfast. And as I write about it in my memoir, I kind of capture it like this. I've seen that name echoed across every diagnosis, every hospital room, every pink slip, and every corporate shift. For me, it's more than a name. It's a banner that I carry.
Yes, yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Amazing. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, and I've talked about it on the internet, I think, before in my life. My name means invincible light. So my first name is AJ. It's the Indian AJ, AJAY means invincible, and then Tenille means light. So like even
You're the
before I knew,
invincible light. That's oh
yes,
my gosh.
yes, and
The
you are
invincible light and the
constant.
steadfast. What?
Yes, yes, yes. It's crazy. Like named at birth, not knowing
Yes.
the struggles, and it
Yes.
was so
Right.
valid. Oh,
Right.
I
And
love it.
destined for our past and what we were supposed to walk. Yes.
Exactly, exactly.
Well,
So
oh, go ahead.
listen, yes, okay. Then
So to get into, where all of my chronic illness started, at 17 years old, uh, it was in high school, and I was diagnosed with MS-like symptoms. I was a tennis player, I was a cheerleader, and then, suddenly going from being a cheerleader and tennis player to ER visits. And
mm,
there was a time where I remember, trying to walk up a flight of stairs with my dad. And he was behind me. I think we'd been running errands or something. And all of a sudden, I'm just like stopped in my tracks in immense pain. And both my legs just would not function. And my dad knew something was wrong, and he went to kind of scoop me up. And as soon as he did, I just screamed in excruciating pain.
oh,
And so it was something that like was completely foreign. I was like, I don't know what's going on here. And you know, didn't really go to the ER at that point, but a couple weeks later, another event happened, and I had like my left arm just lock up, kind of in like a swaddle, like cradle position, almost like when you injure your shoulder, like it just locked up. And I was like, okay, this is like two events within a very close period. Like something is really wrong with me.
mhm.
And so, hence the ER visits, emergency rooms, and
What did they think though? Your parents were like, "Oh, you're fine." After the
uh,
2 events, they were like, "Shake it off."
no, no, that second, event exacerbation as I know them now, but, second exacerbation, after the ER visit, several doctors in the emergency room said she needs to follow up with a neurologist.
Mm,
Something is really wrong.
yeah.
And, so following that, I'd have migraines that would land me in the ER, just, vomiting because they're so severe. And following up with neurologist came the electromyographies, which is very painful, very, very
Mm,
painful.
yeah. Wait,
Um,
I think I know that test. Is it a long needle and they, like, poke?
yes. So
I
I
had
I
that.
had long needles shoved into your muscles, and then they throw electricity through your veins and muscles
I
and stuff.
had that. It
Yeah,
sucks. It
it does
sucks
suck.
so bad.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, it'll be like a bee sting," and then they ramp it up, and it is not no bee sting, like,
yeah,
your limbs are jumping off the tables and stuff.
mm,
Yeah, yeah, and they're
yeah,
testing all that, right? Make sure that nerve function works.
mhm.
So I had that. I had brain scans, MRIs, and then spinal taps, and so I'm 17, 18 years old, like, not
Mm,
understanding what all these tests are for, what's happening, and no one's saying anything. Just, "Oh, this doctor visit, neurologist," and they're just doing all these studies, blood work and hormone panels and, like, all these things. And I just had from that point on, like, I just started to get, more symptoms, and, I'd have days of extreme fatigue where I could sleep around the clock and still feel really tired. I'd have this fog where I couldn't compose sentences, and, trying to do common things like math in your head, or, spelling was just, like, difficult. And doctor visit after doctor visit, I had no clear diagnosis, just questions. It was a mystery. I had all of these symptoms, but no official diagnosis from like a textbook standpoint.
yeah.
And living in my teens, I had a pharmacy in my backpack. 20 years old, of just all kinds of pills for this symptom, pills for the side effects of that symptom, and vitamins and things like that as well. And um, I had to spend all this time tracking my food intake, my activity intake, turning those into my doctors for them to go through with like a fine tooth comb. And, oh, she had an episode on this day. Well, what did she eat and what was she doing that day? Um, just trying to learn the triggers. And so finally, after seeing multiple specialists, the second doctor was just like, I'm treating you for the symptoms of multiple sclerosis. But multiple sclerosis is a hard disease to diagnose without proof of lesions or, tumors or anything like that. And
do you have a definition of MS for the people? Like, I kind of know, but I don't know if like everyone.
I can pull it up real fast. So multiple sclerosis is a chronic autoimmune disease that affects the central nervous system, brain, and spinal cord, characterized by the immune system mistakenly attacking the nerve fibers called myelin, protecting and damaging the nerve fibers themselves. So that damage disrupts communication between the brain and the body, leading to a wide range of symptoms. So there we go.
Yeah. Sounds like it sucks. We hate that.
Yeah, it did suck. And, despite living in a pharmacy of pills, I kept just continuing to show up just to try and, live my life, go to work, go to college, just live my life, but quietly battling and silently advocating.
Yeah, silently advocating, that part. So when she says that, y'all, that is legit what you are doing. It is a small victory every single day that you get up and continue to fight. Get up and continue to go to work. Get up and continue to take care of your kids. Get up and still do regular human functions that nobody else is thinking about. We know, people who have a chronic illness, we know that you are fighting for your life. It is not a small thing. It's a huge deal that right now you are still functioning in the world as you are, whatever level of function that is. It's a huge deal, and it is advocated.
It really is. Yeah. At school, in the workplace, I was kind of moving into college, and some of my latest, like when I was going through the worst part of my symptoms of MS, I was in college, and I requested accommodations, but rarely would share, my story as to why I needed those, unless it was like specifically asked or needed to be documented somewhere.
Right.
And
were you embarrassed? Were you like you thought, what did you think about people knowing?
I was used to being normal, and all of a sudden this disrupted my life. And so it turned me upside down, honestly. Like, I went from being very active teenager to I played tennis and I was a cheerleader, so actively using my limbs and all of those things, to having doctors say you can swim, and I hated swimming. I'm like, why are you taking everything that I love from me? And so I didn't want to have a label. I didn't want pity. I didn't want to be seen in some kind of light. And so I didn't tell everybody.
Right.
I just wanted to be normal.
Yeah.
But if I did tell someone, or if someone saw that I got special accommodations for things, because in college, I had elevator access. And so I wouldn't have to take the stairs, because I could have an exacerbation walking up a flight of stairs. Anyway, people would accuse me of faking it, because on the front, I looked normal, right? I looked like everyone else in the hallways. Right. But, I'm walking to class or trying to get to class, and, my legs feel like they have blood pressure cuffs on them. Like, they are just in so tight and so tense that every step is agony. And they don't know that, because I look normal. And you get ridiculed and overlooked. So especially when you're working in the corporate world, and there were periods where I started to just kind of disclose it up front, like, hey, I have these things, and, stress can be a trigger, and if I'm not eating right. And so I would disclose it, but then be overlooked for promotions. Oh, she can't handle the stress. Oh, she can't. She might, who knows, right? And so it's just like, well, then I'm gonna zip it, like, forget disclosing it to everyone. Like, I'm not gonna say anything. I want a level playing field. I want to achieve what I can achieve based on who you know me to be, not my labels.
Right. And I feel like, knowing you as little as I know you, there's a form of overcompensating for these perceived, errors in our our makeup. Like, oh, well, because it's this, I gotta be extra good, and I've gotta let me, I'm early. I have all my work done because like they expect me because I'm the sick one. I don't want them to look at me like this and whatever. And people say it's fine with their mouth and then treat you so differently. And
Yes.
the I want, can't speak for everyone. I want empathy, not pity. I
Yes.
want respect, not
Yes.
what is the word I'm looking for? It's like that they're like, oh, well, we got to do this for her because, like,
Yeah,
no,
like that's pity. It's like, no, I don't
right,
want pity. I want respect.
right.
Yeah.
I'm grown, and when I'm capable, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and even if I don't feel like doing it, and I like, if I want to complain about it, I want to be able to complain and not be like, oh, well, you don't have to because no, hold me to that same fire you're holding everybody
As you
else
would
to.
everyone else.
And
Yeah.
if I can't do it, then I can't. But until we find that out, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
it's embarrassing, and especially like as a young person, when you're already being young, proving yourself is kind of everything. People already
Yeah.
don't expect you to do much because they're like, this young thing, like they don't know, blah, blah, blah. Like it's a series
Yeah.
of tests that you're like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I did this and I did that. And then whenever there's a flare up of any kind, it can all be wiped away and they're all looking at you again like, oh, poor.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I started working in retail for a telecom company, and I got an approved dress code variation. So it was very business formal, like you had to, suit and tie and dress very nice, and the high heels or the dress shoes for work.
I got fancy for
And
you today, Connie. You see that? This
yes,
is
yeah,
inspired
you
for
got the
you.
jacket and everything.
Corporate.
So there were days that I would show up in my tennis shoes. And that was the signal to my manager that, hey, I'm here today, but I need the tennis shoes today. Like I can't handle the heels. Like I'm in a lot of
Mhm.
pain. And so she would know that. And
Right.
so I'd show up and be on the floor in tennis shoes. Meanwhile, everyone else is in dress shoes looking at me going, why does she get to wear tennis shoes? And it's like,
Right.
first off, it's none of your business. But
Right.
number two, you're standing here working an 8-hour, 10-hour, 12-hour shift with me. Meanwhile, I'm in pain the whole time.
Right.
So you're normal. I am not.
Right. And
But
everyone has something going on. You know what I mean? Like there's
yeah,
always who
yeah,
you don't know who's going through a
yeah,
breakup, who's like
yep,
dog died. You don't know what's going on with anyone. So
yep,
like to look around and be like, look at you, you're physically doing something different and I'm gonna judge you. It's so outrageous to me. Like
yeah.
you
The hater's gonna
judge what
hate.
you're doing. Yeah, it's so crazy.
It is crazy. But like I said, I didn't want pity. I wanted a level playing field. And if and when they found out what I'd overcome to work better, they were stunned. Um, I was gonna not let anyone outwork me. No matter what I was facing, no matter what pain I was in, I was gonna outwork and shine louder and brighter than anyone else around me. And I
Yes.
did just that. In high school, despite all of my challenges, I was a valedictorian.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
in 2005, I graduated in 2006, as a year prior, but I was the school leadership award recipient.
Okay.
Um, in the telecom company that I work for, they had a summit trip, which the top 1% of the company got selected to go to, and I was an award recipient with that.
Okay.
I worked corporately for a network marketing company, and I was the customer service employee of the quarter in 2016. And then I was the runner-up employee of the quarter company-wide in 2018.
Okay. Listen, don't
Um,
play with us. Put some
so
respect on our names, okay? Like chronic illness who? Chronic illness where?
exactly,
I don't even know
exactly.
her.
I was
Like,
like, forget this. Like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna shine because I have a life, and I'm gonna be who I am. Much like you, Miss Smiles, I'm Super C. So, um, my illness didn't stop me, but it certainly shaped me. And I,
oh, put on a t-shirt. Sorry. My illness did not stop me. It
but it
certainly
shaped
shaped
me.
me.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I love that.
I write about that actually in my memoir, and I capture it this way. And I'll preface it with as a kindergartner, like 5, 6 years old, I had severe case of polynephritis, so kidney like issues, when I was younger. So, but I'll preface that to say what I wrote in my memoir. But the girl who spent more time in hospitals than on play dates learned what it meant to see people in their pain. The teenager with symptoms no one could identify learned what it meant to feel invisible pain and to persevere with no guarantees. There we go. Woo!
Get it.
I am tearing up
Yo,
myself.
I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. And this is the first time that she's publicly speaking about this. Her podcast has nothing to do with this. And, I do encourage you to go look at her podcast. Business people, if you are a corporate person, if you've gotten let go recently, if you want to change careers and that kind of thing, go listen to her podcast. She definitely has all the corporate tips and tricks to get your life back together. Okay.
Yes,
Also,
absolutely.
girl's got like experience for years that's out, like she's 90 years old in her mind because the things she's been through. That's so funny that we had that same nerve test and know that it sucks so badly. Like the painful things that nobody really talks about, like you're doing those painful things, then you have school, then you have work, then you have to take care of yourself and your family after.
Yeah.
Goodness, time is flying. I have so many more things I want to talk about. Okay, this is what we're gonna have to do. To respect the people's time, we're going to definitely have you come back on and go through the rest of this stuff because that's just the opening story. That's just like she just found out she's learning this new life. And let's read some comments before you go.
Sure.
Also, I want to tell you, I don't know if you know this, like National MS Day is on Friday. So talk about that. I'll do something, a post or something with us, maybe a clip of this. I don't know too much about MS, which I didn't realize until I found out that that's what you were diagnosed with. And I was like, what do I know about that? Not too much.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the comments. These are so good. I like that the illness didn't stop you, but shaped you. And now we can all learn from that. Amen. Nettie's holding back tears. Aw, sweet Nettie. You're so sweet. Wow. Look at how God allowed you to do great things. And as a young person, and that's fantastic. You the mom. Now you were right. You had to make your life easier and comfortable in spite of your conditions. So these people that don't understand need to show some grace. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's hard. You get a new normal without being able to mourn your old normal. This brings back flashbacks. Ooh, Karen, girl, you you're coming on this podcast, right? Just so you know. Especially since it looks like you're fine. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
And when you look fine, people do not understand that there's a war waging right now.
Internally. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what else we got on Facebook. Great afternoon. I got chills. We balance each other out. Someone says, yep, I'm the crazy, she's the calm. We like that for us. I see you, warrior. Amazing video. Oh, you like my intro video, guys? I just made that.
Yeah, that was great. I watched it too. That was phenomenal. Great job.
Double warriors in the house. Yes, Miles. Boldly reinvented. Exactly what she did. Tony, Super C. Great seeing you. Yes, Super C. Impactful. I have chills. That sounds so scary. Yes, the testing. It was scary. Especially because they don't tell you much. They just start poking you. They kind of like say, we're going to do this test. It's not going to be that bad. And then poke you. And it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. You are such a brave and courageous woman. Absolutely. Value. Thank you for sharing, Connie. God bless you. Silently advocating equals concealing the carrying of a tremendous heavy cross. Amen.
Wow.
So not fair. Speak it, girl. Live. Yes. Let me know if you are watching live. Please put live in the chat. If you are on the recording, please put R in the chat, and I will like it. I will love it. Level playing field. Absolutely. Top 1%. You go, girl. Yes. Okay. My illness did not stop me, but it shaped me. That is exactly what we're saying. I might make it into a t-shirt. I need to get the right on it.
Yes, and we'll both wear it. Yeah, I would
Yes,
totally do that.
I would love that. Shine, you have the shine you have, Connie. You as well, smiles. Thank you. Wow, just wow. Super C is a bad sister. I love
That's
that.
awesome.
I may have you quote that. Didn't stop you, it shaped you. Amen. Thank you guys for all the comments and thank you for being here. I know it's Memorial Day. I know you could be at somebody's barbecue right now. Maybe you are at somebody's barbecue. Let the whole barbecue watch this because this is important, okay? Chronic illness is not a game. Chronic illness is not something that you can always see. Chronic illness is always something you are actively advocating for just by living your life. And once you come out of the box, like Connie and I have, and
Yes.
decide to out loud talk about these things that have tormented us and like try to put us in our place for
Yep.
our whole lives. You know, we both were diagnosed as teenagers. So
Yep.
as a grown woman now, we see how important it is for somebody to see the success of somebody with a chronic illness. Connie has said the nicest things to me ever in life. And it's just before she ever explained to me that she had a chronic illness, I was like, okay, girl, like what are you talking about? But like I wanted to always be the person that I wish existed when I was a teenager in a hospital bed, looking at my friends having the life that I thought I was supposed to have. And little did I know that the life that I got was exactly what I was supposed to get. And the power that I have in continuing this journey, in continuing this battle, and helping other people come alongside me is crazy. Like, I didn't know I was born invincible light, but my light shone. Okay.
Yes.
I did not know. Constance didn't know that she was going to be forever a constant standing in the like light of chronic illness, of corporate baddydom. She didn't know, but here she is, just like this ray of light. And I really appreciate everyone who stopped by to be on this podcast today. It was I was so excited. I'm so blessed. Like I did not realize that she hadn't talked about this with anyone anywhere, and we were going to be the first. And I'm just honored, so honored. So yes, it has been 32 minutes. I would like to do I'm going to do 15 seconds of a moment of silence for all that we've lost in battle and in lupus or chronic illness in general. I'm going to do 15 seconds, guys. You can do it. I know it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird. But I'm going to put it on the clock. So, but just a moment of silence for those we've lost, okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much for observing that with me. Remember, it's a holiday and it should be celebrated, but we're thinking of the loved ones that people have lost. People sacrificed their lives for us to be here today. There's no way that without these wars, we, would be living the life of freedom that we have right now. And it can be improved. It is being improved. But thank you guys so much for being here. Constance, would you like to leave the audience with anything else? Anyone that has what you have or any chronic illness, anything, nuggets?
Yeah. You're not behind. You are being built to radiate. May your healing be loud. May your journey be layered. And may your resilience become your radiance.
God, yeah, I love it. That was so good. You're so good. Oh my gosh, you're so good. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Stay happily healed. I love y'all. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.